Spiderman No Way Home trailer. Boys, what did you think of it?
I loved it. It was very exciting for me. It's interesting that the trailer dropped on August 23, which remember WandaVision in the calendar there was like a heart on August 23. Mephisto.
I blame
but yeah, that was interesting. I'm gonna give a shout out to Mikey Sutton, who I've been following and whose scoops have been on point ever since. Um, one of his theories is that Doctor Strange is actually this time Mephisto.
Ooh.
This time Mephisto.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because there was a comic book around I don't know 2000 sometime around the early 2000s. One More Day.
Yeah.
Where Spider-Man actually makes a deal with Mephisto. And it's interesting because like Doctor Strange was acting weird, right? After all the talk of like the people who was protecting the time stone of like protecting the sacred timeline, he's just gonna all of a sudden decide to we'll take care of it after all that talk about the sacred timeline. So I really liked it. I like the fact that they show the black suit, but it's like there were leaked photos. Yeah, there were leaked photos of that, the Mystic suit, I think, the Mystic black suit, I think one of, I'm not going to say the toy company, it's one of the more expensive toy companies that I think accidentally shown one of the costumes. What else did I notice? I saw Feast,
right,
which is Mr. Negative's front. So we probably are going to see more Mr. Negative. And did you notice like the Avengers Tower is now, it looks different. Like there's like the thing in the middle, what do you call those? With the plants, atriums. And then when you cut, there's a scene where you cut down and there's a line. If you slow it down, we are excited to show you what's next.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3, and then a question mark. So it's either hinting at what's next for Phase 4 or Fantastic Four. We might be seeing, the Avengers Tower turn into the Baxter Building or something.
Right.
Especially with Kang showing up. So it kind of like ties in the whole thing. Oh, and yeah, because I especially liked it so much because you see like Raimi villains coming in, like Doc Ock. And there was this one scene where this Peter Parker suddenly like jumps and looks behind him, and through the glass there's like a blurry creature like thing that could be the lizard. And when Dr. Octopus comes out, there was a streak of green light which might have hinted at Green Goblin.
Well, I mean, I feel like we got the Green Goblin one whenever we saw the pumpkin bomb. I don't feel like there's a. I feel like he get the streak, but the pumpkin bomb really just set that into place right there.
Yeah, that's true. But what was really cool to me is, you know, that scene where there's sand and electricity.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely getting the Sinister Six out of this.
Yeah,
or most of them.
The thing is, the sand seemed like it was actually protecting Peter from the electricity,
Yeah.
which is kind of like throwback to Raimi's Spider-Man 3 when Sandman
Yeah.
and Peter sort of part ways and they were understanding each other and they were friends.
Hmm. Because that's the bit the hallmark of Raimi's Spider-Man is that the Spider-Man series is that both Doc Ock and the Sandman kind of connect with Spider-Man at the end, and even that Green Goblin death, there's a touch of relationship between Spider-Man
Right.
and the Green Goblin when he says, don't tell,
Right.
don't tell Harry. So I'm curious about how they're going to pick those things up. Whether Sandman's going to turn up and be best mates with him, but also I really liked Doc Ock's death in the second Spider-Man Raimi verse,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of a bit worried that he's going to come out and be a fully fledged baddie still when he's supposed to be, from what I understand, the same Doc Ock that goes under the water suddenly pops up here in New York. He won't feel animosity towards Spider-Man, will he?
See, that's the thing. So taking it off from this trailer for me, I had to watch it twice because I don't know if I might be getting a little bit of fatigue right now because it's hard for me to get. I think I've spent so much excitement and thought process from these shows that now that we're getting back to the movie variation, that I don't have much left to overly conjure all the thoughts of what's going to happen because there's still so much, and I think it's because there's still so much in between now and then. So we still have the situation. I still need to see Shang-Chi because I need to understand how his portion with the 10 rings are going to play into the situation that nobody seems to be talking about in any way. So I don't know what that movie is like because it's already out, but I'm not hearing really anything on it, to be honest with you. And I'm hoping, you know what, to be honest with you, I'm kind of glad because that means that I want Disney to work on their contracts with their actors, but to kill this exclusively in movie theaters nonsense. Like, I get that there's a box office and a money thing, but honestly, it's archaic. I get you worry about bootleggers, but honestly, that was never a stop to that anyways. The bootleggers existed regardless. So those aren't real issues. Like, the real issue is, are you guys getting enough voice? Are people talking about it enough? And the significance in the chain of events that have to happen to make things work. So between this and then obviously we got the Eternals coming up in November, and then we still haven't finished the ending of What If. So like by the time we're getting to Spider-Man, and I really only feel like they dropped this because of the leak that happened like a couple days prior. Yeah, I refuse to watch that terrible grainy good junk. So I was just like, this is let it be new. But I look at it so much as in the factor of like, it's hard for me to get super hyped because I know there's too much story that's happening in between now and then for me to jump in. That being said, I am interested to see if we're really going to be pushed on the early steps of the variants. I do like the idea of, like JP had mentioned out with Mephisto, but no matter, I don't think we'll ever get full Mephisto, but I think we need to have some kind of tie-in for Ghost.
Hey. Hello? Hey, Gift. Sorry, Gift. We can't hear you, man. Hey, Gift.
All right. Yo, can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yeah. For some reason, the lights went out on my particular... okay, doesn't matter. Anyways, so what was I saying? But yeah, so I don't like the idea that Mephisto might come in, but obviously they're gonna have to amalgamate him because China doesn't like Mephisto, and so, but we still need to have the tie-in for Blackheart, which gives us a tie-in for Ghost Rider, which also connects us with, so many other factors and portions on that. So I get that we're gonna get something. We got to get something that's some amalgamation for that. I just don't know what that's going to end up being.
So, is there agreement? My agreement that my first instincts when I saw the trailer was correct, which is what JP has said. That's not our Doctor Strange. That is not Doctor Strange as we know him, has been established in our Marvel universe. Because I totally agree with what I said. When I saw him wink,
yeah,
I thought Doctor Strange doesn't wink. He goes like that, but he doesn't.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, he doesn't wink. And why would he go? Why would he go all, buddy with essentially a teenage boy, and let what's his face walk out and do the dirty on his best mate and his other wizard, Well,
I also want to speak to what the heck is happening inside the mansion that it's snowing and cold inside. Like that is an indicator that is throwing me off, and I think it would be a good twist because it literally is almost like hell's freezing over. So it's an interesting concept. It's one part that I haven't seen anyone really talk about. Like, why is it cold inside the Strange mansion? Say what?
It's the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah, exactly. Inside the sanctum. Like, why is it freezing inside there? So
do you think maybe the episode coming up in What If, where we see good Doctor Strange fight bad Doctor Strange, will be lead into this? I mean, that would be
where my point goes back again. There's so much story between now and that moment that it is hard for me to be able to fully invest into what happened over here. Like, we gotten so many shots. Like, even the introduction of the Sinister Six. Does that mean that we're gonna get a Michael Keaton, a Vulture coming back again? Yeah. Like, did he get broken out of jail? We got the Scorpion that's inside there. Are we gonna get the revelation of Scorpion? Like, I didn't see the Rhino. People keep bringing up the Rhino, but I don't remember seeing Rhino inside that trailer. So, like, it's so many elements that are in there. Even J. Jonah Jameson. Like, are we gonna get what are we getting from him? So as far as the trailer was concerned, I liked it, but I was just like, Like, if I was a marketer, I literally was like, I understand why Sony and Marvel Studios would have been heated. And I hope they do get to sue the pants off of whoever it is that they did it, because I get it as a fan. It's exciting to see the trailer, but it has no context. Like, I don't have any more built context. Like, I feel like this needed to be shown in October, as opposed to in now. And I feel like I got a little cheated out of some stuff, because I feel like there's story that, again, I don't get a chance to see the natural build up to. That's the thing that's pretty valid. You've convinced me of that one too. I think it's 2 weeks a week, 2 weeks in a row. We going, baby, we going.
You're on fire. You're on fire. For me, I just hope that this movie, getting back to the actual movie itself, I hope it doesn't make the same mistake as Sam Raimi's third Spider-Man, which is just too many villains, too many characters, just all crammed in there, all fighting at once.
That was a studio issue. That was stupid Sony and their stupid acceleration on trying to get that stupid Sinister Six movie, and they were just like, "Hey, just put them all in so we can go get them ready." As opposed to this one, Sony might be the distributor for it technically, but Marvel is the architect. And in Feige, I trust. And even if they put all the villains, because we've already seen a concept of them putting multiple villains in, but we know that we're also using villains that we've already established. So, it's not like we have to, they're waiting to drop a specific movie as opposed to just like, hey, this is existing, and we're going to get this multiversal, most likely. Well, clearly, this multiversal world of villains coming from these spots. I'm interested to see if Jamie Foxx's Electro is going to be much better than the I'm sure the Amazing Spider-Man 2 variation that kind of came in.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure. I mean, they just need someone like the Russo brothers or even Joss Whedon, someone who's really good at.
Never
juggling.
Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon is done. All right.
But he's very good at juggling
multiple
characters, and the Russo is even better. And that's not something many directors can do as well as those guys. So, I mean, what's his name? John Watts. It's all on you, buddy. It's all on you. Because I mean, if we see the two other Spider-Man, if we see Garfield and Tobey Maguire, wow, that's a lot of movie.
I have a theory about that.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Also, I do think they're going to bring in Miles Morales in some way, shape, or form. They're going to hint at him. Go ahead. Oh, well, they've already done it once. I'm sorry. Go.
Then we're not going to actually see like different Spider-Man altogether. There was something weird about Dr. Octopus suddenly say, "Hello, Peter." I think because of the whole multiverse thing, to us we're seeing Tom Holland, but Dr. Octopus might be seeing Tobey Maguire. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that.
Interlapping on, but I don't know. It could be a bit of a stretch.
The theory there is that either Doc Ock is looking directly at Thingo in his full outfit, is looking at Tom Holland in his full outfit, and is thinking he's talking to Tobey Maguire, not realizing that maybe a different costume or whatever. Or he might actually be talking to Tobey Maguire. The next scene we see is of Tom Holland on a car suiting up. But again, you don't know where that cut is.
By the way, that little scene right there also didn't make any sense to me. All right. I get that the spider suit is usable in any way, shape, or form, but he's in a suit. Like the nanotech of the spider suit either one tightens everything around him so that he can have full maneuverability, or that suit got ripped to shreds. All right. It got ripped to shreds. It's not a fightable. Like, have you ever tried to move your arms in a suit? Does that look like something that you can just do?
Or the suit is actually made out of the nano stuff.
Ah, that's true. You know what? That's a good point.
JP's got that one covered. Don't worry, John Watt. JP's got you covered.
Let's remind our friends to please click on the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when we have new videos out.
Subscribe.
Subscribe!
Oh, God.